forecast first from KARK4, your weather authority.
A lot more clouds across Arkansas today in advance of a cold front that is already bringing changes to Arkansas. Temperatures already falling in the northwest part of the state, and that cold air will be making its way across the rest of the natural state as we head through the overnight hours. With that front, showers and thunderstorms likely to develop a little bit later on tonight. Your forecast first for Little Rock, cloudy this evening, 72 degrees. By midnight, we expect showers and thunderstorms to be moving through central and eastern Arkansas. We may start your Wednesday with a couple of showers, but it'll be a cool one. Temperatures in the mid-40s. KARK4 News at 5 starts now.
I think it's a successful session on the whole.
The House and Senate bring the gavel down on the 89th General Assembly. Tonight, we look back at all they did over the last 3 months. Pine Bluff Police knocking out crime by going door to door.
They're not always bad. They ain't always coming to get you.
What they're doing to make the community safer. Plus, no calling the hogs in one part of Arkansas. Why some think a hog farm could hurt the environment.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters. This is KARK4 News at 5.
A full 100 days in a legislative session comes to a close. Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight, everybody. I'm Bob Clausen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Jessica Dean. Both the House and the Senate finishing up budget votes within minutes of each other today. And what began as a divisive session over social issues, taking a more bipartisan turn in these final weeks.
That's right. KARK4's David Goins keeping us up to date throughout the entire session. Now joining us live from his home, away from home, that being the state capitol. Hey, David.
Yeah, hi, Bob. Governor Beebe just put a bow on this session, if you will, with 3 vetoes on separate legislation, all of them dealing with election procedures. It's a final move in a session that saw historic votes on a number of issues.
And House Bill 2233, which is the revenue stabilization laws we passed.
Within minutes, the House and Senate passing identical budget bills. The last step before wrapping up the 2013 session.
The fact that the last 2 days were relatively uneventful says a lot about what we did.
This session started with increased abortion restrictions and giving churches and colleges the option to allow handguns.
I know early on there were several heated battles over some pretty emotional issues, and things looked pretty partisan, but once we focused on jobs, education, and health care, getting Medicaid done, I think both sides really came together.
There were bills that were passed that I vetoed that I thought should not have been passed, but that's part of the process. Nobody gets their way all the time.
Those bills included the 12 and 20-week abortion bans, as well as a voter ID law, and 3 more late this afternoon connected to election procedures. Still, both chambers coming together to approve the Big River Steel Mill project, along with $140 million in tax cuts and health care expansion.
Everybody would probably like something a little different, but I think it's a successful session on the whole.
All you can do is tackle these issues one at a time as you see fit, trying to look toward the future.
And all told, 1,500 bills are now signed into law. There's still a small chance that the session or the legislators could come back on May 17th for any technical corrections and possibly even a veto override. Live at the state capitol, David Goins, KARK4 News.
All right, David, thanks so much. And another person who has been at the state capitol for the past 100 days would be this guy, House Speaker David Carter. Speaker, thanks so much for being with us. And you have made it to the end here. Are you pleased with what happened? Did you get everything done you wanted to?
We made it. Glad we're done. You know, we had a great session. What happened in the last 100 days, 100+ days, were, you know, men and women, Republicans, Democrats, people from all over the state came together, and I said today it was kind of a novel idea, actually sitting down and talking to each other and communicating and identifying problems and working out solutions for what's best for the people of Arkansas. So I'm very pleased. We had a huge steel project in East Arkansas with 500+ jobs, you know, significant tax reform, tax relief in $150 million+ range, and then of course you know, we took the bull by the horn on the health care issue and with this private option. So I'm extremely proud. I'm extremely proud of my colleagues.
And we just heard in the piece that David had that Governor Beebe did veto those final 3 bills. Any word yet on what will you have a vote on that, on possibly overriding those vetoes? Do you know yet?
I'm not sure. I heard about that a few hours ago, or maybe not even that long ago. It's uncertain. You know, we've already overridden 2 or 3 vetoes, so I don't know what the temperature will be from the membership to try to do that again. But, we'll see. There's plenty of time. May 17th is the last day that we can come back, but we'll deal with that later.
Okay, because ultimately what you all do is you'll recess now until May 17th and then come back and officially close it down, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then when it comes to the private option, obviously that was the issue, really, or a huge issue, especially there at the end for all of you. Now there's a group saying we want to take it to the citizens of Arkansas. We want to try to get it on the ballot to overturn all of this. What do you have to say to that?
I haven't heard that, but what we did was the right thing. It was the right choice for the state. We talk about the tax relief that we did on our own. I mean, what we also did with the private option was to save Arkansas businesses between 25 and $35 million in penalties that were coming if we chose to do nothing. And we stopped the increases in the Medicaid rolls, which would have happened if we had chosen to do nothing. There are a whole laundry list of reasons why we did what we did. I'm confident that we did good for the people of Arkansas, and so I wouldn't. I don't know about this ballot initiative that you're referring to, but we did the right thing, and I'm proud of my colleagues that had the political courage to go out and get this done.
And so everybody looks ahead now. What are you doing looking ahead? There's buzz out there you might take a run at governor. Any thoughts?
I don't know. I mean, I'm going to take a few weeks and get out of the marble walls at the Capitol and go home and try to get back in the real world and think things through. But I am thinking about it, but it will, it's a long time from now.
All right. House Speaker Davy Carter, thanks so much for being here with us.
In other news this evening, the Independence County Sheriff's Department investigating a deadly shooting. Officials say the shooting happened just south of Batesville. The person shot, taken to the hospital where they later died. Deputies say one person in custody. The shooting appears to be domestic related. Little Rock police searching for this man wanted for capital murder. Alicio Estrada is wanted for the murder of Elder Hernandez earlier this month at a home at Scott Hamilton Road is where it happened. Estrada is considered to be armed and dangerous. If you have any information on his whereabouts, you're being urged to call police.
A Springdale man arrested and released on bond after being accused of raping an 8-year-old. Springdale police say they received accusations of sexual assault by this man, Justin Mon. Police questioned him Friday, but say he would not answer any questions about those accusations and refused to take a polygraph test. He was booked on felony charges of rape and sexual assault.
Safety matters for Pine Bluff police officers, and they're visiting high crime areas not with handcuffs but handouts. They're knocking on doors to urge folks to join neighborhood watch programs. KARK4's Dustin Barnes shows us how they clean up the streets.
We're out here passing out neighborhood watch flyers.
Pine Bluff police canvass neighborhoods. Not in search of a bad guy.
Did they put one on this door?
But extra eyes to patrol the streets.
Hey, Officer Dancy, look at the smile. You're so cute.
The force wants to beef up its neighborhood watch program throughout the city. So what better way to increase them with an invite?
We're out passing out flyers for the neighborhood watch.
I'm glad that they're involved in the community. They cut back on crime a little bit.
Police explain they can't be everywhere at the same time, so it takes neighbors to see and tell.
It helps the citizens take back their community, identify things that the police may not be able to see when they're not patrolling.
But officers do more than just spread the word. They join the street department in sprucing up grown-up properties, cleaning up in more ways than one.
Statistics show that a clean city produce less crime.
Building relationships, so the next time they knock on your door,
it ain't always coming to get you.
I'm hot. You hot?
Perhaps they'll witness a more gracious greeting in Pine Bluff.
Y'all have a good day. Be safe.
Dustin Barnes, KARK4 News.
And statistics show that Crime Watch programs certainly do work. And if you would like to join a Neighborhood Watch program or start one, all you have to do is call the Pine Bluff Police Department. They're more than happy to help you out.
A Little Rock school administrator has his day in court entering a not guilty plea before a judge. 55-year-old Thomas McDonald, an interim assistant principal at Central High School, faces 5 misdemeanor charges of harassment. He's accused of making inappropriate sexual advances toward several students, included unwanted touching and uncomfortable conversations conversations about their sex life. His trial now set for July. 3 female deputies in Northwest Arkansas now on paid leave after claims of sexual harassment. A Washington County attorney says the women were fired for inappropriate conversations while on the job. Officials say a conversation was overheard by a male employee who complained to his sergeant.
Any conversation of a sexual nature that is unwelcome, either by males or females, and regardless of who is speaking to, can be considered sexual harassment, and therefore that's taken seriously.
More details in that case will not be released until the quorum court hears the employees' grievances.
The Little Rock School District taking a look at some property and now votes to buy land in South Little Rock and West Little Rock for new schools. The decision right now is to purchase land. There are no plans right now for specific facilities, just the land. The district wants 56 acres at Rich Smith Lane and Mapleville Pike in South Little Rock. In West Little Rock, 2 tracts of land are being looked at, a total of about 43 acres there at the north end of Catillus Road. The next step will include a feasibility study before any decisions to build can be made. And the Pulaski County Special School District looking for new employees, hosting a career fair for the 2013-2014 school year. According to district officials, they are looking for a number of positions: teachers, substitutes, custodial, as well as food service staff. There's going to be representatives on hand to provide information on all this and so much more. The event will be held Friday from 9 until 2 at the Presidential Holiday Inn in Little Rock.
In Health Matters tonight, it is time to clean out those medicine cabinets. Several communities taking part in Drug Take Back Day this weekend. And you can drop your unused prescription drugs at the Conway Police Department, as well as the Garland County Sheriff's Office between 10 and 2 this coming Saturday. Last year, thousands of pounds of unused, expired, and unneeded medications were dropped off across the state.
Coming up on KRK4 News at 5, thousands of hogs needing a farm, but protesters doing what they can to keep them away, even here in hog country. More on the controversy surrounding the farm's potential impact on the environment.
Plus, over a decade after a deadly plane crash in Little Rock, one family hoping their donation will help their daughter's memory live on.
And it was a warm Tuesday for much of the state, for much of the day today. Here in Little Rock, our high temperature 77 after starting at 52, but right now some places are in the 30s in Arkansas. We'll let you know where that cold air is headed and how long it'll stick around in just a few minutes.
This is KARK4 News at 5 and High Definition with Bob Clausen, Jessica Dean, and Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan.